Okay, here's the deal. I'm going to talk about all the games I've played this year. A lot of gems, couple stinkers, but I'm just going to go through them. First thing you should know is I got a Discord going where we do game of the month, talk games. And for our first game of the month, we started with the absolute best game, Hollow Knight. That game is the best game. I also think it might be the hardest platinum that I've ever seen. I don't have it yet, so if you do, awesome. But I bet you don't. After that, played this game, random game I found called Deliver Us the Moon, and this is cool because I just found it at Second and Charles, and I just got it because astronaut loves space. What an emotional ride! So this game, interactive movie type game with some light puzzle elements, but it's in the near future. There's an energy crisis. We set something up on the moon to harvest resources, and something goes wrong. Incredible. A little clunky gameplay, but if you're into space exploration, it was a ride for me at the end.
What awaits is unknown and unforeseeable, but the mission is clear. Deliver us the moon.
Oh, I played Gravity Circuit, so I love Mega Man games, specifically Mega Man X, specifically Mega Man where I can dash. And this game is awesome because it is a huge fan of the Mega Man Zero series, which I love. Fantastic games. They fixed the grappling hook from, I think, Zero 2, and it's actually usable, which is awesome. Gravity Circuit is awesome. Short game and not much story. And you may think, well, how much story can a Mega Man game have? A ton. The lore on Mega Man and the Zero series is insane. And this one just doesn't have that. And that's it. Yeah, great game though. Okay, next up, Maura and I played Super Bust-A-Move 2. You know what I want to say about this game? You should play the Super Nintendo one. The Super Nintendo Bust-A-Move is the end-all be-all. Yeah. You may have noticed this pumpkin here, and I just want to say this pumpkin is here. So moving on after that, Codding and I played Sword and Fairy 7. Now, why did we play this game? What is this game? So this was sold to me as a Chinese Final Fantasy. I'm in. You say Final Fantasy, I'm in. I'm a simpleton, right? It's a great game. It's a Neo-style combat. It doesn't follow the normal tropes of JRPGs because it's made in China, so it follows some like Chinese lore. I do have to say that the PS5 port is abysmal, unplayable. The text, you know what it feels like? It feels like they just took a file and they dragged it to a PS5 disc and said export. No one played it, no one looked at it, and they shipped it. The game is awesome, but I hope you have laser vision. I hope you've had corrective eye surgery. I hope you have at least a 96-inch TV, or else good luck. This game gave me a migraine. This game changed me in the sense that I will never force myself through a game with accessibility issues again. So if I can't read it, I'm not playing it. It was odd playing through a game with Chinese dialogue. I thought that wouldn't affect me because I play through Japanese dialogue games all the time, but it has a different sound to it. And it was cool. So yeah. And after this game is another game that changed me forever. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So if I would have made this video right after I played this sometime in February, there'd been a lot of anger. A lot of anger. But now that I've calmed down for 10 months, I'll try to do it some justice. It's definitely a divisive title, even amongst Xeno fans, and I think I know why. So, you might like this game if you're intelligent, or in your free time, you make Excel spreadsheets. Or one of the things you like in gaming is maximizing efficiency of timed loops. For instance, you play MMOs and you like to figure out the fastest way to grind a certain amount of stuff. And if that's you, you might like this. If you are the type that wants to sit back and relax while you play a game, I don't know. I don't see this one working for you. This is a game that I think even the fans have a wiki open constantly while they play. Tough. It was tough. I actually was reading deep hate pieces the last 20 hours to get me through it. Just people that thought this was the worst game ever made. And it changed me just like Sword and Fairy, where I'll never hate beat a game again. It's not worth it. I don't even hate this game right now. I don't hate this game. And I get why people like it. And I wouldn't try to sit here and tell you not to like it. I think you might like it. I don't. Oh yeah, this might be the coolest game I played this year. This is Solstice, the quest for the staff of Demnos. Yeah, let that sink in. Let that sink. Look, I bought the manual. I don't buy manuals. This is how much I like this game. So, how do I explain this game? First, it has music by Tim Follin. If you know, you know. Crazy musician, especially this era of gaming. You're a jacked wizard, which is amazing, because wizards would be jacked if you had magic. So you're a jacked wizard, and you get like caught in this castle by an evil daddy, and he's all like, I'm evil. But you know the staff of Demnos is in this like labyrinth, right? So you gotta solve a bunch of puzzles and rooms and platforming to get the staff. And then he's like, dude, I'm about to summon Demon Daddy. And you're like, I'm Demon Daddy. I got the staff, and you whoop him. Great game, fantastic game. There's a code for it that you need to use. Like it's in this manual. Use it. It gives you 99 lives. Gives you like refilled potions. Without it, impossible game. With it, extremely challenging game. Fantastic. I just love this. There's a sequel on the Super Nintendo called Equinox. Also amazing. I haven't beaten it yet though. It is so long. The commercial for Equinox actually shows like two people playing until I think one dies or they're just super old. The joke is that the game will take you forever. But Solstice on the NES, one of the coolest games I played this year, one of the coolest games I've ever played on the NES. Highly suggest just looking into it. Don't know if it'll be for you, but just so freaking cool. Look how jacked that. I'll put an image right here. Jacked Wizard Daddy. Yes, son. So after Jacked Wizard Daddy, look at this. Look at this. Star Trek Resurgence. Why is this crazy? Because they made a good Star Trek game. It's like a form your own adventure. There's like 5 games in here, and depending on your choices made, you follow one of the paths that goes through it. It's so cool. And the gameplay, sometimes it sucks, but guess what? If you fail it once, they're like, you're good, dude. Like, you're just carry on. It's good. Maura and I played this together, and we had such a treat. And she also got to learn something about me, an intimate detail about me. So in the very beginning, we're outside fixing the ship, and there's like a solar event. And so I'm like, my character, I open the hatch, and I'm like, you need to get in. You know, I'm trying to save my partner. And then my partner goes, well, I don't know. I think you should get in first. Boom, I jump in. Because why would you hesitate like that when the solar flare is coming? I jump in. Her face is burned the rest of the game. Scarred. And Mara's like, oh, you're like that. And I'm like, yes, I am like that. I tried to open the hatch for you, but you, in those moments, you got to jump in. Something cool about this game is they made a comic book for the adventure directly previous of your make an adventure, right? Because in the beginning of this, they're like, oh, well, last mission, you know what happened there, right? You do know what happened there because it's right here. So cool. Yeah, wow, if you're a Star Trek fan at all, especially the next generation, you gotta check this out. Even if you suck at games, like, you don't have to be good at all. It launches from an episode of season 1 of the next generation, so it's completely in lore. So cool. I can't believe we got a good Star Trek game. I didn't expect anything. Yes, if you're a Star Trek fan, yes.
We are resolute.
Whew. Okay, but after this, I like feel weird talking about this game. So after this, I played Tricky Towers, and I loved it. I bought this game for Maura. It's like a Tetris game with real physics. And I thought, Maura loves Tetris. Well, I'm always looking for games for us to play together. And I don't really like Tetris, but I'll do it, right? We get it. She's like, I don't, and I obsess over it. I mean, obsess. I did all 50 trials. The last one probably took me 6 hours. And when I beat it, I almost like collapsed. I was so hyped. It just was like an insane feeling. But then I could not get bricks out of my mind's eye for close to a week. I'm talking, I go to bed and I'm thinking about stacking bricks, and I'm thinking about hanging an L piece off and locking it in with a square. And it was so gnarly. So I don't know. Talk about being sweaty for a game. If you want to beat that game, like if you like hard games and you want to challenge Tricky Towers, I think you could enjoy it and not be sweaty. But if you're a sweatster like me, you're gonna lock in and you're gonna get deep in that game. It's a great game. It had me. Oh, and after that, my buddy Tom suggested this game called Alisa. I played Alisa Developers Cut, which is just a finalized version. It's super cool. Survival horror. It looks like an N64 game. He said, Rawb, I think you'll love this game. I love this game. It was just a weekend. It's a weekend game. It's awesome. Graphically, so cool. Story-wise, cool. Gameplay, cool. If you like survival horror, Alisa Developers Cut, go look that up on either Switch or PlayStation or Steam or whatever you play on and get into it, because it was really enjoyable. Nothing but a pleasant time there.
Yes. Someone new has come to have some fun.
After that, now this was for our Discord. This was another game of the month. And yes, we do big, hunky RPGs for game of the month. We played Tales of the Abyss, because none of us had played a Tales game. And if I were to speak for everyone, pretty mixed feelings about Tales. I personally liked it. I liked it a lot. It dragged its feet, and it made me backtrack more than like more than anyone should ever do, which is insane. I mean, it could have been half as long and gotten the point across, but I thought it was really interesting. I liked the combat. I liked some of the characters. I think overall pretty good. I'll tell you this, I'm gonna try another Tales game. So yeah, it didn't write off Tales entirely, and it also didn't like send me on that crazy avenue of like I'm gonna play every Tales game. I'm in between still. I'm gonna try another one. So yeah, that's how I feel about Tales of the Abyss. Oh, Maura and I played another game together right after that. We played Mario vs. Donkey Kong. So I think this game is good, and I think this game is fun, but it feels empty. Maura and I did everything. We completed the game, did all the bonus levels, and got all the presents, and it just felt like, why? That's how I felt at the end. And would I play it again? No. Am I mad? No, not at all. It was enjoyable. Maura and I almost need puzzle games to constantly digest, and this definitely fit the bill, but it didn't have anything special about it. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Oh, but after this, you ever get caught by a demo? What I mean by that, you ever just been like, yeah, I don't know, I probably won't like that game, but I'll try the demo out, and then you're just like, locked in. So check this out. I've been trying to like Ogre Battle my whole life. I own it on the N64. I try to play March of the Queen on Super Nintendo. I want to like it. I think it's cool. Like, I think strategy games are cool. I think the possibility of story is cool, but it's never clicked with me. I could never get far in it. And so I was like, dude, I'm probably not going to like Unicorn Overlord, but it's Vanillaware, and they made 13 Sentinels, so I'll try the demo out. 5 hours later, I'm driving to the game store. I'm picking this game up, and I played it straight through. I put like 60 hours in this game, and it was the easiest 60 hours ever. It was so enjoyable. Oh, the art is incredible. The battle system is incredible. Here's a complaint I hear. Oh, the difficulty. Something about the difficulty. I want to say this about strategy games. You choose the difficulty, not just from picking normal, hard, or whatever. If you play this like a 100% JRPG, it's not going to be hard for you. If you do every single battle, it'll like level you up where it'll be easy. As a game should be balanced. So what I suggest and how I played is I did all the missions, but not in order. I would always try to push myself to do a mission that's about 2 levels ahead of me. And I was coming up with like very difficult moments and overcoming it through item use or like smart manipulation of units, and it felt so good. Then once I was at the end game, I went back to everything I missed in a super overpowered way and just steamrolled it. So that's my 2 cents on how to enjoy this if you're struggling with it. But Unicorn Overlord, this is my second favorite game of the year. The art style alone, Vanillaware is Vanillaware. Are you kidding me? Yes. What do we do after that one? That was a great game. Oh, okay. Our Discord likes to alternate between like a gnarly long RPG and then something short to breathe. So we played Titanfall 2 because everyone talks about how good Titanfall 2 is. And I'll be honest with you, I turned it on, and for the first half hour, I was like, are we seriously playing a first-person shooter? I'm done with those. But it humbled me. And it should tell you something. I went in that with like a negative attitude, and I came out 6 hours later like smiling ear to ear. It's so cool. The gameplay is always changing, and every time something's introduced, it's just like super fun until you're just about to be done with it, and they just cut it out entirely. You don't have to remember everything. They're just like, oh, this level's over, so you don't have to do that thing anymore. And then the character, BT, the robot, peak character. Yeah, this game's awesome. You should 100% play it. I could suggest it to anyone. It's a small experience, and it feels great. Like the movement in this is unreal. Too bad shooters didn't go this way. Hey, okay. Should I just talk about them both together? I feel like I should. Okay, after Titanfall 2, right back to big stanky RPG. I can't get enough of them. So we did Trails from Zero, which is the best opening arc I've experienced from Trails yet. So I'm talking about Cold Steel 1, I'm talking about Sky 1. Awesome, much better paced. Instead of molasses, it's like, warmed up molasses. It's awesome. Instead of super character focused, it's focused about the town itself, and that was really fun. That was really fun to explore. And I'm just going to talk about a game that I played a couple months after this, so a little out of order, but Trails to Azure. So these 2 games combined make the Crossbell arc, and Trails to Azure is my favorite Trails game yet. I'm 7 games in, best game yet, fast pace. Finally, more story. I was worried I wouldn't remember Cold Steel 1 and Cold Steel 2, and it all came back playing this, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the next game, Cold Steel 3, that I'm going to play. The Zero and Azure games are awesome. Some of my favorite Trails games yet. So I'm going to tell anyone to start with Sky 1, especially with the remake coming out this year. But if you don't care about anything, this Zero and Azure are just awesome on their own. But don't do that. I lied. Yeah, wait for Sky 1. The remake's coming. I played this short little game called Pepper Grinder. And when I say short, I mean like too short. I did every single thing, and it was 3 hours long. But mechanically, so fun. What an enjoyable little game. Highly suggest checking it out, especially if it's cheap. I would say $5. If you find it $7, yeah, play that game. I hope what happens, which happens a lot in gaming, is the talent is recognized, because one person made that over like who knows how long, like 7 years or something. I hope the talent's recognized, and then the sequel won't be like a true sequel, but will be like a reimagining or like a more complete experience of what the original intended to do, because there's a lot of potential in that gameplay. It was so enjoyable to just have a big freaking drill and just, like Gurren, the anime. I am the drill. What does he say? I'll put it in here. I don't need to know, because
my drill is the drill that creates the heavens!
Okay, after that, a short hike. If you are depressed or feeling bad or like in the mode where you don't want to play games, play a short hike. I don't remember what was going on, but I did not want a game. I was in like a bad mindset. I played it once, loved it. Maura then played it, she loved it. And then I played it again. Like, it's like a 90-minute game. It could be longer, there's more to do, but highly suggest a short hike to anyone. Fantastic game. Speaking of fantastic games, so I told you Unicorn was my number 2 on the year. Here comes my game of the year. Persona 3 Reload. Now, I told you if you want to play, if you're depressed, play a short hike. If you want to get depressed, right here. This game will level you, and it will do it in a precise, laser-focused way. Beginning of the game, maybe a bit slow, right? Like, if you played Persona 5, you might be like, huh, there's less here, and I don't want to hang out with some of these confidants. But keep going, because, oh, you will get gut punched. Game of the year. Best game I played this year. It's not even close. It leveled me. I didn't even tell my Discord I beat it for like 2 weeks because I didn't want to talk about it for a little bit. Wow. You know what game this makes me think of? Final Fantasy X. Do I have it here? Is it accessible? This game makes me think of Final Fantasy X. And if you know, you know. So these are 2 stories about death, and they will hurt you. They'll hurt you in that good way. Persona 3 Reload. Game of the year. Wow. Ooh. 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 What a niche little cool game. This is called Might and Magic Clash of Heroes, the definitive edition. I think it's a DS game. It's niche. Not everyone's going to like this game. It is a match 3 puzzle type game. Like, oh, three green in a row, you know, 3 red in a row. 3 in a row horizontal is a defense. 3 in a row vertical is an offense. And it gets way deeper than that. You should just look at the gameplay and decide if that's something you're interested in or not. I just thought it was like such a unique experience. So cool. It mixes RPG with puzzle mechanics, with strategy gameplay. Nothing else exists like this. And for that, I very much respect it. All right, after that, it's just bangers to bangers to bangers. After that, I actually played Azure, Trails to Azure, but I already talked about it. So after that, I played a little puzzle game called Humanity. I found that on Xbox Gamer Pass. My stepdad just had it, played like a couple hours, and then came home, bought that thing, and platinumed it. And it took me weeks because I would just sleep on puzzles. In fact, I think one puzzle walled me for something like 10 days. And I would ask Maura, and we would look at it, and we'd have no idea. And then I'd let a few days go by, and we'd look at it again and be like, I have no idea. Oh my gosh, when it would click though, wow. And the thing I want to give credit to Humanity that they do so right is they evolve what the mechanics are throughout the game. So usually a puzzle game is a puzzle game, and it starts and it has its rules, and it gets harder in the exact way you'd expect. But this game changes what it is throughout. So impressive. And just for like a fun little detail, you play as a Shiba Inu. So yeah, let's go. Shout out Yogi. Love you, bud. Great game you made. Awesome game. Oh, I'm only playing bangers. Okay, so after Humanity, after Humanity, Stranger of Paradise. So check it out. If you are not a Final Fantasy 1 fan, then this is a pretty good Neo game that at points is kind of mid, but it works. It has fun jobs, fun combat. You know, it's like a B movie where it's just like over the top. The main character, Jack, the whole narrative is just, where's Chaos? Where is he? And they're like, yo, Jack, chill. He's like, I gotta get him. And then at the end, they're like, guess what, dude? We put a story in here, and it is so respectful of Final Fantasy 1. It elevates Final Fantasy 1. It is, without a doubt, a mainline entry in my head now. If you like Final Fantasy 1 at all, this is required reading. You have to play this game. If you don't like action games, I don't either. I played it on baby easy mode and had a great time. You have to do this for the story. You have to. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I couldn't believe it when it ended. It was just like fun the whole time and stupid. Like literally when you meet Lich, he's all like, I am the fiend. And Jack's like, I don't give an F, and just punches him in the face. Like that's the energy of the whole game.
So long as I live,
the last hour, you're not expecting it. You don't know unless you played it, and then respect, because you do know. Stranger of Paradise. And it's like a Berenstein Bear, where everyone thinks it's Strangers of Paradise, which would be a better title, but it's Stranger of Paradise. After that, I still couldn't get over Persona 3, so I played the DLC, and you're probably thinking, you paid $30 for the DLC? No, not that DLC, the actual DLC, Dancing in the Moonlight, which is a rhythm game, and listen, the cast of Persona 3, more than any cast, deserves a dream sequence, happy-go-lucky dance rhythm game. It's perfect. You get to hang out with these characters again. Oh, you should play it after you are absolutely devastated by Persona 3, because it'll pick you back up and put you on your feet, and it's awesome. And if you play Reload, it's cool because the character models are different, because Dancing in the Moonlight was made before Reload. That's just a cool little factoid, so definitely check that out if you like Persona 3, which you will, because it's the greatest game. Speaking of 3, I played Final Fantasy 3 on the Pixel Remaster collection. That was cool because I played it with coding, so that was cool. I've been trying to beat that game on and off for like 5 years, and I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. After that game, the Discord played Celeste. That month was so cool because we were just on one. Like, we were all encouraging each other to go further. I feel like I stopped early and I platinumed the game. Like, I finished all the seasides and I was like, sorry guys, I can't do Chapter 9, the DLC. It's a really cool game. It's a precision platformer. I really like the message in it of like self-acceptance, I guess, and picking your own mountain. But also, if I'm being honest, it really hurt my hands. It drove me mad because it was so difficult. And after I beat it, I got COVID. So that's linked. So I loved it, and I'm so thankful for that month that we had. But I also feel like, thank goodness I'm done with it. Oh, cool. This is such a Rawb game. This is such a, like, I don't know. This is one of those games I have a hard time suggesting to people, but Soul Hackers 2. Oh, man. Megan Harvey as Ringo. Are you kidding me? Thank you for this performance. Game has rough edges. If you look on the internet, you will see some negativity. And you know what? Some of it is deserved. But I can ignore it because I just had such a fantastic time with this game. Truly a dungeon crawler. There is more of that than the narrative is small, although I love the narrative. But you're here for the characters, you're here for the world. And after I beat it and thought about it, I am so fond of this game. I could see myself playing this game again. I love Ringo. I love the cast. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to suggest it to you because I'm defensive of this game, and I think if you just give it a critical view, that you could rip it apart. And I don't want to hear that. Maybe don't play this game, but know that I like it, and I like it a lot. I was frustrated at points, though. I mean, yeah, I got locked out at True Ending, and I was like shocked about it. But you know what? I like the bad ending better. I think it's the right ending. So thank goodness for YouTube. Shout out modern day gaming, because you miss an ending. Got it.
Making the world more painful to live in.
The world can go fuck itself! It was going to end anyway! Who gives a shit if this great one burns it all down?
You can tell I was on like a Mega 10 kick, right? Like after Persona 3, it's like, I need a little more. So, fired up Soul Hackers 2. Where am I? Jeanne d'Arc! So after Soul Hackers 2, out of nowhere, Jeanne d'Arc just gets brought to the PlayStation Network. Are you kidding me? You know how long I've had that PSP game in my eBay wishlist, but I'm not going to buy it because I don't like playing games on the PSP. No hate to it. I just don't want to do it. So I downloaded it and just started playing it, and I just finished it like, boo, just straight through the whole game. Awesome. I think Jeanne d'Arc is so sick as a character. I love her in real life. I love her every time she's depicted in any type of medium. And this game is no exception. I had such a good time. I do have one beef. Why? Why would you not put a speed up option on a grid-based strategy game? Or why would you not just let me skip the enemy turn at least? I would play this game again if they did that. But it's not that way. It's fine for one playthrough, but I did everything. I did all the bonus content, and I ended up not having auto regen on characters just so I didn't have to watch them regenerate health, which made the game harder. But I was just like crawled. So awesome. I'm so happy I finally got to experience that game. So happy that came to PSN. After that, I tried out Kuruin. Yes. You're a stick. Well, I mean, I think you're a spaceship, but you're a stick that's rotating, and you gotta go through a maze. It's on the Nintendo Switch Online for Game Boy Advance. It's really fun. If you have access to that, try it out. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, who cares? Just try it. It's such a unique game. I've never played anything like it. So that was awesome. Cool game. Oh, yeah! Hey! My boy Ike Kush in Shadow of Destiny for the PS2. This is a game of the month. This game is awesome. You might hate it, right? Like, you might turn it on and be like, what is this, dude? My boy Jacob said it's a walking simulator, and that's fair. And some of the voice acting and just dialogue in general is so out of left field.
So I'm telling you, end this right here, right now. Even if you keep trying, I won't let you do it. You understand? Promise me you'll end this.
Okay.
But what's funny is, coupled with that, Charles Martinet, the Mario voice actor, plays the homunculus and like does a fantastic job. It makes no sense that like there's such talent in here. It's a little like time travel joint. The game starts out, you die, and then homunculus is like, yo, take this time travel machine, like I got your back. And you're like, why? You know? And you like save yourself from dying, and it keeps happening and whatever. But the cool thing about this game is there's 8 endings, and they're not 8 different endings. They all work together to tell one story. So if you beat the game once, and you don't want to play it anymore, you got to at least go to YouTube and watch all the endings, which is what I did. It's like really smart. And I got something to say about this. This game came out 6 months before the first issue of Full Metal Alchemist in Shonen Gangan. I love Full Metal Alchemist, and I am sure that they ripped from this game. I am positive that it is heavily influenced, and that's putting it light. That's being kind. So yeah, if you like Full Metal Alchemist, you should read the source material, because it's from Shadow of Destiny. Shout out Ike Kush. Shout out a bunch of memes that we made. So after Shadow of Destiny, which is a banger, it was we wanted to celebrate Vanillaware Month in the Discord, and I chose a little oddball title, GrimGrimoire Oncemore, which is like StarCraft, like the 07 one, but on a console with Vanillaware art. And you're thinking, how would that work? And it's Vanillaware, so it works. This game is incredible. Huge learning curve. If you're just like looking to try it out, you're going to hate it, and you're just not going to want to learn, because you have to learn the systems. And within the first few levels, they'll check you. You'll get to the dragon. They'll be like, handle this dragon. And if you don't know what's going on, they'll check you. And I died like 4 or 5 times, but then killed the dragon. And by the end of the game, I was so comfortable with the systems. I was just crushing. Here's some cool things about it. You're not limited to a race. It's not like, oh, I'm the orc, I have all orc powers. No, I can use magic from the undead, from alchemy, from like fairies, from demons. I can mix and match. The other thing that's great about this game, everything can melt and everything can be melted. So you can have an army, and then one little thing can dump your army, and vice versa. You can be completely behind, lose so much of your resources and regiments, and then come back. So it's never over. This is awesome. And the story and the little characters that are in here are just like so charming. Lilith, I think is her name. I love her. Love the characters. And I think it's Advocat, which is the the Demon Professor. I love this game. I love Vanillaware. I've played 3 of their titles now. 13 Sentinels, Unicorn Overlord, Grim, all 10 out of 10 games. So just fantastic. I love Vanillaware and I love everything they make so far that I've played. GrimGrimoire Oncemore. Next up, Maura and I played one of our favorites, Super Mario Land. We played different. Instead of alternating every level, we said you play as long as you're alive. So we alternated deaths. And she has the first 2 worlds like flat out memorized. She's like, oh yeah, there's a mushroom down here, and then, you know, this and that. Oh, if you go left, you can take a secret elevator up to the ceiling. We ended up with 21 lives at the end, and we only missed 1 bonus stage. I love that game. It has really weird physics for a Mario game. But when I say weird, I don't mean bad. I very much enjoy that game. And I also enjoy the rubber ball power-up. Not in any other Mario game. So, and no, it's not a flame ball, because it bounces once and it goes forever. Oh, cool. I had gotten this game way earlier on sale and just hadn't gotten to it. Attack on Titan 2, the Final Battle Edition, which comes with the DLC, and the DLC is a huge chunk. Attack on Titan 2 is the 2nd season of the anime in game 4. It also includes the 1st season, but instead of playing as the characters in the anime, you play as build-a-class character, and you watch the events. You're on the outskirts of the events. And then the Final Battle DLC is the 3rd season of the anime. I think this game's really fun and approachable. They simplified the controls a lot from the first game. So the way I compare it, the first game is like a PS2 action game where it's really hard and there's some frustrating points, but the skill ceiling is just through the roof, so you can become a god at it. I played the first game for 50 plus hours, did all the bonus missions, and I was like cracked on it. It was just in there. Then this game, even though it has more content, I only played for 15 hours, and I compare it more to an Xbox 360 action game with a bunch of QuickTime events. Super fun though. I'm not talking. One's not good and one's not bad. I don't mean to say that. The second one, the thing that's really cool is they just added a bunch of stuff. So they simplified the controls, and in exchange they added like thunder spears, and they added gun ODMs. So I'm flying through the air, pop, pop, pop. I didn't use them that much because like give me the swords, but I'm really happy to have checked that game off. Gotta be one of the best video game adaptations of an anime ever. Awesome. So either one, I can suggest either one, especially if you just love Attack on Titan like I do. Oh, my buddy Tali visited, dude, and it was like October. And so you know what? We did a horror game. I do about at least one a year. I mean, I did more than one this year, but Resident Evil 4 Remake, Tali and I played the first 8 chapters together. We were so scared. Even like the very first sequence in the village where he was trying to survive, we were like stressed. He doesn't play games that much, so it was just like a really fun experience. I beat it once he left. It's such a good game. Instead of survival horror, it's survival action, and that works. Right? It works. This game is so awesome. You should check it out. It's freaking fantastic, and the DLC, that's required too. It's called Separate Ways, and it's Ada's story. You see glimpses of her throughout the campaign, and then it just shows like what she was up to, and she is just like, she's so sick. Ada is so sick. What a character. She's wearing the sickest outfit and high heels and just like whooping these monstrosities. Ugh. Resident Evil 4 was so good. This game is awesome. Check it out. Check it out. Oh, yo. I had been waiting since last October for X Nordics. I'm a huge East fan. You already know. You already know that. I'm trying to get you. You should play East 8. Go play East 8. Play it. Go do it. East 10 is awesome. The thing that separates this from other games, there's 2 things. First, the action gameplay is so fun. It's just like really enjoyable, and it's the sequences, especially like the cutscenes, you feel like you're reading a manga. Like you can see the panels of action. The action sequences are done so well. The second thing this game does that is just incredible in the RPG space is it focuses on a sibling relationship between Adol and Karja. I never see that in the RPG space. So these two individuals become better not through a love interest, and it's just really refreshing. And Karja is one of the best characters Falcom has ever written. And to say that is insane, because you know what Falcom does better than any developer? Writes characters. And this is one of their best characters. If you play this game, don't be too critical. Remember that it's a smaller game. Just have fun. It's meant to have fun. Have fun with this game. It's really enjoyable. I love Ys. I love Adol. I love his adventures. And I love Karja. And she better be showing up in every piece of Falcom property from now on. Just put her in everything. Just sneak her in there. Retcon her into the old games. I don't care. She is the sickest character. Whew. Karja is so sick. Okay, so I've been talking about how I love... Is it up here? I don't know where it is. I love the Mega Man Zero games, and I had played Mega Man X 1 through 4, but I needed to play X5 to bridge the gap from the X series to Zero, okay? Because X5 ends the series and heads into Zero. So I did it. I played Mega Man X5. It's a fun game. I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. I don't think it's a good X game. Like, if you were like, what Mega Man X game should I play? I've never played one. I would never point you to 5. There's just some weird things. Like, it feels cheap. Like, straight up doesn't look that good. The final Sigma stage is like, what? And there's just some mechanics that like don't make sense. There's a new character that just feeds you information every 5 seconds and stops gameplay, which is crushing to a Mega Man X game. But it's fun, and it's cool because it's pretty grim, and it's got like got a branching path narrative. Like, you can get different endings. Different things can happen. So, fun game, but just like not a good X game, right? My suggested order would be play Mega Man X 1 and 2. Check out 4. Google what happens in 5 real quick. And then go play all the Zero games. Because the Zero games. Yeah. Alright, after Mega Man X5, our Discord's final game of the month was Outer Wilds. And I am just so thankful for the Discord and to have a group of people that play games together with, because Outer Wilds is a little out of my comfort zone. It's not like an RPG or a strategy game that's just really easy for me to pick up and get through. But it's always a game that I've been interested in and I was sure I would like. And I'm just glad to have that push and to have that support. So, Outer Wilds is as brilliant as anyone's ever said it is. It is a genius game. I really suggest you play it, and I also suggest you get somebody to play it along with you, because it is a game where the only progression is the amount of knowledge you have. So it's really fun to try to figure that out with somebody else and explore and be like, oh, I got this, oh, what do you know? And just work as a team. I had such a beautiful time with that game. I probably spent 5 hours alone just flying the ship with nothing in mind other than like, ship is fun, ship fly good. I just kept trying to land on the sun station. You should do that. You should land on the sun station. Once you get the ship down, because at first it's impossible. But once you, oh man, the physics in that game, it is a physics simulation. Like, straight up, I could use that in schools. Should play Outer Wilds. And then finally, to round out my year, the last game I played was Kirby Superstar 8 Games in 1 with my buddy Jacob. Shout out Jacob. Yeah, we played that on Nintendo Switch Online. Great little platformer. My first Kirby game, which is fun. Well, not entirely true. This would be my first Kirby game right here. But after this, Superstar 8 Games Superstar 1. That would be my first real Kirby game. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's a great little co-op game where he gets to be like the powered up, whatever power up I suck, whatever I suck it, he plays it. Yeah, that sounds good. So after that, or not after that, I want to end with, I meant to do this last year and I forgot. So I'm gonna do it for both last year and this year. It's games I can't stop thinking about. So first, the games I can't stop thinking about from 2022. First up, Hollow Knight. Duh. It's the best game ever. Duh. I still can't stop thinking about it. Duh. After that, 13 Sentinels. The best sci-fi narrative ever. and I'd be playing them. I'd be playing the Xenos. I'd be watching the Star Treks. This is it. This is the sci-fi narrative that you're missing in your life, and I can't stop thinking about this story. 13 Sentinels. It's worth it. It's worth your time. And also, honorable mention, Ys8. Play it. I keep saying it. Why don't you play it? Okay, moving on. Now, the games I cannot stop thinking about from 2023. So last year now. First up, Shin Megami Tensei 4. SMT4. If you are a JRPG fan and you have not played SMT4, why? Why is that? Why haven't you done that? Get back to me on that. So after that, I can't shut up about this either. The Mega Man Zero series. Yeah. Action platformer. Come on, with a narrative that's like, knock your socks off. And like RPG elements. Dude, all 4 Zero games. And this collection is so great because it adds checkpoints and stuff. Because they're pretty brutal games. And the first one is like hard for not fun reasons. And there's some checkpoints to kind of mitigate that. So the Mega Man Zero series. And then you're not gonna believe the next game. The final game for 2023 that I can't stop thinking about is A Space for the Unbound. I ripped that game apart last year, and I feel bad because even though I think some of the gameplay sucked, that narrative is like, it still crushes me. It still crushes Maura. Like, wow. A Space for the Unbound has a story that is not in gaming that I know of. Yeah, I can't stop thinking about it. My coolest pickup of the year. This is what's considered abandonware, which means no one owns the rights and it's just free. You can download it, but I bought it. This is the King of the Hill game. There's 2 games on this. One is like a hunting game, and the other is, let me get the right word. The other is a hootenanny. Hootenanny can be thought of as a block party. There's a bunch of mini games. You can go like hang out with Peggy and play some Boggle-esque game. What's cool, if you're obsessed with this show like I am, there's just a whole dump of dialogue of your favorite characters. It's just, like a bunch of episodes crammed into a game. So, what a cool pickup. I mean, so freaking cool. Look how freaking cool that is. Arlen, stand up. Longhorns. That comes to the final bit of this video. Thanks for sticking around. And that is, what am I currently playing? First up, Shin Megami Tensei 3. I was so hooked on the formula this year, Persona 3, Soul Hackers 2, that I just needed more. And I was trying to beat it's known as a difficult game, so I was like, oh, I'm pretty good at the Mega 10 formula now. I'll try to beat it deathless. And there's an achievement that pops when you die. And I made it 30 hours in before I got just bamboozled. And right when that happened, Vanillaware Month started, so I dropped it so that I could align with the Discord. I will absolutely get back to it. For some reason, Mega 10 games, I do not struggle dropping right in the middle and picking up 4 months later. I did it with SMT4. I did it with Soul Hackers 2. It just it's a game driven by ambience. So yeah, it's not like you pick it up and you're completely lost for the story. You pick it up and you're like, oh yeah, I remember this. So yeah, I will beat this probably in February, and you'll know why February in a second. The other game I'm playing heavy right now, and I cannot believe how much I'm enjoying, is Romancing Saga 2. This is, whoa, I've been trying to get into Saga my whole life, and every time I play one, I played Saga Frontier on the PS1, and I was like, what? I don't get it. It's so convoluted. I don't even understand what it wants me to do. This is your chance, people. If you've ever been interested in Saga, this is the best chance you've ever had to crack into this franchise. It borders on being a strategy game. I would almost call it the antithesis of a JRPG, where you don't get a party that you keep, and it's extremely non-linear, but I'm finding it so enjoyable. I am just finding it. I just love this game. I just keep talking Mara's ear off about it and telling her about all the cool stuff that I'm seeing and doing and all the characters that I'm meeting. I love the way the game looks. There's a freaking jump button, which in the JRPG space is rare. We all know this. I can jump on stuff. I can jump over a fence. Yeah. I'm going to beat this game. I'm not going to chill. I'm going to finish this out before I start January's game of the month. Cold Steel 3, baby. This will be our 8th Trails game. It took us 2 years to get back to the Cold Steel series. I'm hyped. I'm super hyped. I accidentally Googled a spoiler from this game 2 years ago, and it has been killing me not to share it with my friends. I just can't wait. I just can't wait to be like, that's it. That's the thing I've known for 2 years. That's it. So thank you for checking out another year of games with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate you watching this. And I hope for another fun year of gaming. And I'll see you back here in 12 months. Should we redo the whole thing? Maura just was holding a cough for like the last 2 minutes. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for an awesome year. Thank you to the Discord. Thank you, Maura. Thank you, Games. Thank you, Falcom. Thank you, the Mega 10 series. Thank you, Vanillaware. Thank you. Oh, and thank you, Cody, for the microphone. Yeah, production value through the roof.